I was talking about is these tumors grow together. They make big bands of tumor clusters. And those tumors grow around my rib cage. They're intertwined within muscles and connective tissue. And so what they do is these tumors, they're like little aliens because they have tentacles that grow out from the tumors. And those tumors that are clustering up, the tentacles will wrap around nerves and tendons and everything else. And so like movements, like you can see a couple of the smaller ones right there in my wrist that pop out, but these will break, like those little tentacles will break off and create more tumors, but like they'll snap, and it's like a rubber band snapping inside my body and hitting nerves and everything. Like it'll send you through the roof. And every little thing, it's like the stretching and pulling and ripping. And so it's constant pain. If I move, there's pain. I have them up underneath in my chin area. I have them into my neck. I have them in my scalp. I have them everywhere there's tissue, which is connective tissue, which is everywhere. Also with the swelling, like I said, with the lymphatic swelling, it has started to cause problems with my eyes. And that's why this eye is bulging here. Because there's fluid buildup behind it, because you have lymphatic system in your brain and in those tissues and stuff back there. And so this one side, that's why that, and it can cause blindness. So it's extremely painful. It's the top 3 most painful diseases in the world, but it's rare. So it does not get studied in medical journals. If I walked into a emergency room and I said, I have Derkham's disease, 99% of them will go, what disease? Because it's not even taught. That's how rare it is. It's not even taught in medical school. Like this disease was founded in the 1800s. It just wasn't taught about. And so it's been around, it's been diagnosed a long time ago. They just weren't teaching about it in medical school. So people weren't being diagnosed. And so my doctor, when I went in there, I'll do this quickly, but when I went in, it was about 8 years ago when I first saw the specialist, and I've been seeing her ever since. When I first went in, she pretty much said, this is a progressive disease. There's nothing to slow it down. It's progressive, and it's just going to take over your body. And, you're just going to get this, it's bad. It can grow into your internal organs too at some point. So it's bad. And it's progressive. And that's what she told me. She was straight up with me. She goes, there's nothing that's going to help you with the pain. And there's nothing that we can do to slow it other than you just taking care of your body and rest, and don't overdo it, because any kind of lactic acid or inflammation will cause more tumors. And so she's like, if you don't feel well, you rest. Like you don't push through nothing, because it will cause further damage. And so there was no hope, no cure, no nothing. She said, anything that we do for you will be experimental. That's it. It's just going to be experimental. And so we tried. Every year we went back, she had a new list of things that we were going to try. We're going to try this for pain. We're going to try this for the swelling. We're going to try this. We're going to try that. So every year I would try a new regiment when I went back there, and none of it worked. None of it. And she tried, but now she has developed something with another company in Israel. This is coming out of Israel, which I think is really amazing. This drug is made in Israel, and it's called Rizel, and you guys can look it up. But what it does, they made it to be able to dissolve adipose tissue, okay? But what they're finding is if they inject it into an area with tumors, it is dissolving the tumors. It's dissolving them. So we're not talking pain management. We're not talking symptom management. We're talking dissolving these tumors. And this means that I could be walking 100% of the time again and not have to depend on a freaking wheelchair. play with my grandbabies. I'm sorry. It's big. It's not going to happen during this trial. They're only going to do 4 areas. But what it does is they're going to get together with my my doctors and my lymphatic therapist to figure out what's going to be the best areas to treat to get as much mobility back as possible. So we're talking, you know, I have big clusters of them all around in my knees and up in my hip flexors. And that's what's made me where I can't walk upstairs anymore or take steps without falling. And so if they can get those taken care of first, we're talking, they've already done 5 test subjects, okay? And in those 5 test subjects that they've done before the trial, because this wasn't even trial, these were test subjects. In the 5 test subjects, it reduced their tumors by 50% and it reduced their pain significantly. And as soon as they said that to me, you guys, I'm telling you, I don't complain about pain. I'm not on any kind of pain meds. No, nothing. I don't complain about pain ever, but I don't remember what it's like to live without pain. And to think that I could live without some of this pain is huge. It's huge. And I didn't want to get excited about this because sometimes people give you this false hope, this stuff that they say, it works, and you do it and it doesn't work. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I know this works because it takes the tumors away, you know?